good, listeners? Our guest on Strike a Chord, who has recently amassed over 3 million streams on Spotify, is rising pop rocker KULICK, with us right now on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. And also check out our 6th installment of Off the Fret, More Music Talk, featuring emo rocker Anson, out now on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. But KULICK, how's it going, my friend?
It is good. How are you, man?
Woo, and that's what's up. You know,
hello.
It better be good. I know the last time I was just talking with you real briefly yesterday, you were already in that writing session as we speak. So talk to us. So what's going on? Are we going to see some hear new music in 2023?
Definitely we'll hear new music in 2023. I don't know what the heck it's going to be yet. That's what's that's been the issue. I'm trying to figure out. This is the first record I'm writing that it's not completely under a major label, so I don't have to really fit into a box. I can kind of experiment a little more. So
well, I can only imagine that's got to be great, because I remember Jim Root last week with Slipknot, he was kind of bitching and complaining about their most recent LP with Roadrunner Records because he felt like he didn't have enough time to actually indulge with this music. So what are some of those kind of benefits? Because I know it can be kind of time constricting when you're under a label. So what's different now than compared to the past?
I just feel like I'm able to take my time more. Like when I started basically as a solo artist with RCA in 2018, and being there, I love pop music and I always wanted to make pop music, so it was perfect, but I never really ever fully indulged in, taking my time or making exactly what I want. I never made a song longer than 3 minutes,
right.
And I love that, but I'm trying to explore a little bit more, especially since I'm getting I'm a little bit older now. I want to really make something that I can listen to and it be a timestamp in my life, and I can listen to it later and go, oh, that's where I was in my life, instead of just trying to make more of a product. They're definitely still going to be products. I love making products. I love making things that are predictable, but there's going to be some differences, I think.
What makes something predictable? I'm just curious. You're talking about product and predictability. What does that mean to you when you're writing and making music?
Yeah, traditional song formula, verse, chorus, verse two, chorus, bridge, chorus, out. And now it's
yeah. Metalcore breakdown, in the pop punk rock.
Yeah. But that's traditionally what I would think of as something that is just more of a product, and the chorus repeats a certain amount of times, certain melodies, all that, which kind of just comes natural to me. So I never felt like I was even making that, but when I started showing it to other people, they were like, oh, you totally make pop structured songs. And I was like, I have no idea, man. I grew up listening to REO Speedwagon and Tom Petty, Tom Petty specifically.
Love Tom Petty. Sorry.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen him live. That's one of my biggest regrets.
I got to see him 3 months before he died, maybe.
I'm so jealous.
Yeah, it was. Wow. Yeah, he was sweet. But yeah, he also does traditional pop songs where but now they're 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, and they're so quick. It's a new formula, but
gosh, I was listening to Lorna Shore. They're a deathcore band, and they're releasing 9-minute songs this morning. I was quite amazed. But you know what? We're not talking about them. We're talking about you, my man. And I know one of the coolest things that you've done is you've released a deluxe edition of your LP, Everyone I Know Will Die, which features 5 reimagined bonus tracks of fan favorites. And why did you want to revisit these songs acoustically?
Yeah, so the original plan wasn't even to release a deluxe. I wanted to do a video series, which I'm still releasing one every Friday, of me playing the songs in a space acoustically. And most of the songs were kind of written on an acoustic and then produced into the pop punk type style. So nice. I knew they would come across well. I always love acoustic music too. There's something about hearing the melody.
Do you like to play on a metal strings or nylon strings when you're playing your acoustic?
I love the Elixirs. They have the best, brightest strings. It's good for me being half.
And for anybody who's not a music fiend like the both of us, what do you mean when you say that?
The Elixir strings are made with something special. I don't know, some kind of phosphorus.
Hey, it just sounds good, okay?
Bullshit.
Just, you know, it's not no
Sounds like a
promotional.
sorcerer. You're like, in the witch's pot, I'm going to put my little strings.
That's right, Marissa.
Exactly.
That's absolutely correct. And I know we're actually going to be playing one of those music videos that you have said, and I do know that you just dropped another music video, but the one that we are going to be playing right now on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show, is Necessities Stripped, and you can find that on KULICK's Deluxe edition of Everyone I Know Will Die. And let's check it out right now, live on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show.
Think fast, don't look back, I promise you. Living in the past, you'll never see what's in front of you. Takes time to face your past mistakes. Space-time, I missed your energy. Move slow and let go, I promise you. Running this alone, you'll never get where you wanted to. Stay strong and keep on moving through. Ain't much, but it's all you can do. Sometimes I lose it like you lose it too. I wanna throw away all the things I used to think I needed. I wanna numb the pain with everything I had to quit to keep living. I wanna run away to a place where I can stop for 1 minute. Just let it go, New year with new fears, I'm going through this panic in my chest. Cold sweats like I used to. My youth, though, I thought I was past that. Cause it's true, what you give back. But I'm through with feeling useless. I don't do the self-pity party where I feel like a nuisance. I don't answer messages, I don't make excuses. I'm too busy worrying about what's in the future. Sometimes I lose it like you lose it too. I wanna throw away all the things I used to think I needed. I wanna numb the pain with everything I had to quit to keep living. I wanna run away to a place where I can stop for 1 minute. Just let it go, I'm scared to death to feel alive, and I'm still mourning these past lives. I've been reborn 1,000,000 times. I fight it so quick. These mornings turn to night. One blink and everything passed by. There's nothing wrong, but it don't feel right. I fight it. Sometimes I lose it like you lose it too. I wanna throw away all the things I used to think I needed. I wanna numb the pain with everything I had to quit to keep living. I wanna run away to a place where I can stop for 1 minute and just let it go, I wanna throw away all the things I used to think I needed. I wanna numb the pain with everything I had to quit to keep living. I wanna run away to a place where I can stop for 1 minute. Just let it go,
Yeah, that's what's good. That is KULICK, and that is his song Necessities Stripped. You can find that on the deluxe edition of Everyone I Know Will Die. And we got the man here himself. And you know what I find really incredible? But before I even say what I'm about to say, I need to make sure that I let everybody know that this is Strike a Chord, where if you physically or digitally pick up that record, you're going to know these tracks. And we got the one and only rising pop rocker, KULICK with us right now. And what I find remarkable about you, my man, is that you as an artist, you don't allow your hearing impairment to stop you from creating music. I mean, a lot of the times my biggest fear is like cutting off a finger or like losing my leg like the guy did in The Ghost Inside from that terrible bus crash. But like, how are you able to sing or play guitar or even mix songs, with this hearing impairment?
Yeah, so the way I explain it is that I never experience life with normal hearing. So it didn't really affect me. Like I didn't understand that it really affected me. So I was born half deaf in both ears. Most people hear at 20 decibels. I hear at 40. So it's kind of like if your television's on 10, I'm not going to hear it. If it's on 20, I'm starting to hear it. It's like basically half of your hearing. I don't think I never let it affect me. I never really actually acknowledged I was half deaf till like 2 years ago when I started really wearing my hearing aids. I mean, I wore them on and off in school, but pretty much got like picked on for it, whatever. And then once I got Bluetooth, I was able to listen to music in my hearing aids. So I wore them
awesome.
all through high school so actually made me more deaf because I was listening to music instead of using them.
Yeah. You're not actually paying attention to the classroom.
Yeah.
What were some of those musics that you'd be blaring in your Bluetooths?
I was always like A Day to Remember. I was.
Now I can hear the inspiration behind some of your lyrical content now.
Yeah, I loved them, man. That was the first band that I found like for myself. Like I always had influences like from like my parents or whatever, but that was the first band that I was like, oh, I get them. Like no one believes them in their hometown, and they need to leave to figure it out. And I was like, all right, cool. Like that's what I'm going to do now.
And that was some of the big moves, because I know you're from Pennsylvania, but are you currently here in Los Angeles or?
Currently, I'm actually in Pennsylvania, but I moved like 11 times in my life and ended up being back out here with COVID. And then the rent ended up being cheap. And we were like, all right, we're going to get a 2-bedroom like apartment. One of the bedrooms is going to be a home studio. And that's like this is a bedroom. This is the bigger bedroom.
Is that something that you got to do as a pursuing artist? Is like you can't be fixated, at your hometown, because that seems like a common theme amongst a lot of the Strike a Chord artists that, if you want to pursue that dream, you cannot be doing it at the comfort of your own home. You got to make moves. You got to venture out. I mean, is that how you found success?
I think life experience is so important to get perspective. Like that's why touring is so important. You get to see that. I don't know if you need to not live in your hometown. For me specifically, the people there were very, very negative in everything, not just my music. And they also wouldn't have understood what I was making. Like where I'm from is very blue collar. It's like butt rock. That's like what everybody loves there.
They listen to Guns N' Roses, some hair metal.
Yeah. But you go more like Foo Fighters, Bush. Like those types of the active rock bands for radio format.
Well, I just find, your story totally incredible. I feel like the motto in your life is kind of like Quiet Riot. We don't bring it at level 10. We bring it to a level 11. And that's what KULICK brings with your music. And I know the track that we're about to be playing is full of catchy punk rock hooks. This song's called Time to Go. And real briefly, what's the message behind this track?
Yeah. So like the whole record is pretty much like about accepting death. There was something crazy going on with my partner. I had to be in the hospital all the time with her. And Time to Go was written with an acoustic riff, which is not even in the real song. In the acoustic song, I do it. But the song was basically just about not, life being so overwhelming and thinking about my past, how I was growing up. And then like, I still don't want to die because like, it's too good. Like I want more life. I think you can either pick one or the other, either be really depressed about it or like really go for it. So like,
I think
it's
that's
like,
so true, man.
So it's like optimistic, but yeah.
No, I think that's a beautiful message. And let's let the music speak for itself. We got the music video right now on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show. This is KULICK's music video, Time to Go, live on Strike a Chord.
I was wasted from 13 to 17, stealing drinks from the basement, hoping someone would notice me. I was so frustrated. That time in my life was darker than the burning pavement that I'm still chasing. I was chasing anything to get me high, get me by, forget my life for a moment, hoping you could could change if I could only have you change your mind. Be more open, move out to the west coast, learn to really let it go. Live in the moment, but moments just become the past when you're living too fast to notice. I don't wanna rest, I feel sorry for the people in the back ready to go home. I don't really think about the past, it's too difficult. I don't think you'll ever be ready when it's time to go. When it's time to go, no, I don't need the rest. I feel sorry for the people in the back ready to go home. I don't really think about the past, it's too difficult. I don't think you'll ever be ready when it's time to go. I was anxious, thinking maybe I would never be free from your expectations. To be you and not be me, I was no one's favorite. Spend nights on my bike all alone on the cold dark pavement, just trying to escape it. I keep chasing anything to get me high, get me by, forget my life. For a moment, hoping you can change if I could only have you change your mind. Be more open, move out to the west coast, learn to really let it go. Live in the moment, but moments just become the past when you're living too fast to notice. I don't wanna rest, I feel sorry for the people in the back ready to go home. I don't really think about the past, it's too difficult. I don't think you'll ever be ready when it's time to go. When it's time to go, no, I don't need the rest. I feel sorry for the people in the back ready to go home. I don't really think about the past, it's too difficult. I don't think you'll ever be ready when it's time to go. When it's time to go, no, I don't wanna rest. I feel sorry for the people in the back ready to go home. I don't really think about the past, it's too difficult. I don't think you'll ever be ready when it's time to go. When it's time to go, I don't need the rest. I feel sorry for the people in the back ready to go home. I don't really think about the past, it's too difficult. I don't think you'll ever be ready when it's time to go. When it's time to go.
Yeah, that's what's good. That is KULICK's music video, Time to Go. And you can find that on that deluxe edition as well. Everyone I Know Will Die. And you know what? One of the coolest things when I was talking with you real briefly yesterday, you were expounding on how a lot of the knowledge, needed to become a successful artist is something that you understand about the music industry. And now you're pursuing a new venture called Pair Entertainment. And why do you want to do this? Why the new move to give back?
Yeah, I've always recorded like my friends while I was always doing my own stuff, and I realized my partner April is also an artist. April Rose Gabrielli, and she produces as well. And we were just like, why don't we just try to? I think she had a message from somebody that was like, I'd love to have a female producer, and then she was like, okay, my partner does that too. And we kind of started with that, and we just kept getting more and more people. And we were like, we should like make this like a studio where we've been in traditional studios before. We know how much money it costs. Like we do it for definitely less than that. And we want it to be more like an artist environment of like, okay, we are also artists too. We understand like the patience it takes. We understand like, also how to craft the song, but more importantly, more about the connection with the artist. So it's been really great to do that. We have a website up and everything if there's anybody listening who would want to produce.
But there's no secret that there's a lot of money in the music industry. And, before Bruno Mars, became a household name, he was ghostwriting for a lot of, popular artists, like CeeLo Green and Flo Rida, to name a few. And I didn't even know that, the Imagine Dragons singer was on the Howard Stern show a couple of weeks ago, and he was talking about how he was a ghostwriter. Is that something that you're thinking about doing? Writing for some of our favorite artists?
Right. I would definitely ghostwrite if I had the opportunity and the connections to. I think that's.
Would you do it? I guess the real question that's been coming up recently, kind of, with Beyonce as well. I want song credit. Is that something that you would need if you're gonna be quote unquote ghostwriting? I guess it wouldn't be ghostwriting anymore if you got song credit. But it seems like that's been the big debate in 2022.
Yeah. It depends if it moved the needle for me. Like if it was like a big opportunity, it's like, all right, cool, I'll do that one. Cause like, I'm always a fan of like, just do the work and then more of that work will come and you can get what you deserve at that point, like get your foot in there first. Like don't don't, like I don't deserve the entire room first. I just want the door cracked a little bit,
Yeah, no, I think that's a totally powerful message. And I know the last track that we're about to be playing on Strike a Chord is titled "The People I Know Don't Like Me," which is hard to believe, my man, because just chatting with you real briefly, you sound like an incredibly dope dude. so why do you feel so out of place?
Yeah, no. I feel great now. But this was written more.
So what changed? I mean, is it finding a new partner in life or what?
Definitely, for sure. But no, like this was written in the perspective of like when I was in high school in my hometown, like what was I going through then? And like now, like seeing some people that never left the hometown and all they do is like live in their parents' basement and like go out and drink and they're not really doing anything. And then I thought about them like in high school and it was like, oh, like I didn't like them and they didn't like me. Like there was just something that just didn't, something in that town did not, they did not support growth or like expression. Like I was in a cover band in that town and even that was like, like crazy that this guy's singing like in public. So yeah, so I wrote it more in that, like it's not, I'm a loving dude and I haven't met many people.
I mean, when we're all teens, we're all a bit insecure. I mean, everybody's kind of comparing themselves nowadays. And could you imagine growing up now with the influence of social media today? I mean, I couldn't bear with that. I mean, I was in the era of like MySpace was just getting created. Facebook was Facebook before all the baby boomers ruined it and turned it into a never-ending yearbook. But man, oh man, I feel like this message speaks loud and clear today, especially with the newer generation. And let's go ahead and play this kick-ass music video that's called "The People I Know Don't Like Me" live on the Chris Collins Show, Millennial Talk Show.
Your mother's basement, your father's paycheck, you feel complacent. I know. You play your sad songs and your video games. It's the weekend, are you drinking again? There's no wonder we'll never get along. I'm not like the people I know, they never left home. I don't like the people I know, don't like me. I don't like the people I know, don't like me. I don't like the people I know. You're so damn negative, and there's no one to blame for it. If you hate who you are, then change it, but you won't. You're in the same bar on a different day with the same friends out drinking again. It's no wonder we'll never get along. I'm not like the people I know, they never left home. I don't like the people I know, don't like me. I don't like the people I know, don't like me. I don't like the people I know, Your sad songs and your video games. It's the weekend, are you drinking again? It's no wonder how we'll never get along. That's why I had to go. I'm not like the people I know, they never left home. I don't like the people I know, don't like me. I don't like the people I know, don't like me. I don't like the people I know.
Well, who cares what the people think? That is such
Honestly,
a
that's
bitchin'
my
badass.
favorite song of yours. That's
No,
my
it is so much
favorite
fun.
song.
Thank you.
I love that
And
song.
you were hyping a
Thank
little bit
you.
of the new music, but you were kind of saying, the new frontiers kind of changed it a little bit. Are you going to be seeing this kind of same music again, or are we going to be hearing something different in 2023?
Production style will definitely be different. Every record I ever put out is always different stylistically, but the songs are always at its core me, and they're definitely KULICK songs, and you'll feel them no matter what. So
Hey, that's what's good. And KULICK, we can't thank you enough again for joining Strike a Chord, where if you physically or digitally pick up that record, you're going to know these tracks. And man, enjoy the weekend, my friend. It was such a blast having you on.
thank you so much for having
Thank
me,
you.
guys. Appreciate it.
Absolutely,
Thank
brother.
you so
Hopefully we'll
much.
talk soon in the new year. Man, I can't wait to hear that new music.